first thing they need to do is come playing out of the blocks. They just need to come flying.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people...
First 5 minutes, get the job done.
A lot of people have been surprised about Orlando Pirates' form on the continent.
Yeah.
And that's down to the fact that we all looked at the fact that they hadn't been there in a while. But you look at how they've been able to get their results.
Yeah.
You look at how they've been able to play their football.
Yeah.
They're a team that understands what they're doing. But guys,
right, it's all happening.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Diski Preview Show. We are having fun in the studio here as we prepare to take a look at the next featured game where Orlando Pirates will be welcoming the Pyramids. And that game is going to take place at Orlando Stadium, the Slaughterhouse. Yeah, it's all happening over the weekend.
You know, Mr. E is very poetic.
Yeah.
So basically, you looked at the fixture like Orlando Pirates versus Pyramids.
Yeah.
And it stole your breath.
You know what? I couldn't even. I just didn't know what to say anymore because you know the excitement that is going through me right now. I can't even explain.
But in Esnungu, asajoli.
Yeah.
Because the season is heating up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, let's take a look at the second featured game. Orlando Pirates, Ezgama Kepu, Lama Pagania, they will be playing against the Pyramids of Egypt. Now, Mo, I want you to try and explain this to me. I don't understand this. How did this happen? Two South African sides in the semi-finals, Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns. Their first games, they are playing at home. The second legs will be played away. How did we get here?
According to Shamas.
Something is happening.
But you know what's great about it? Is that it disadvantages South Africans, right?
Yeah.
Because let me tell you one thing about South African supporters.
Yeah.
Ne?
Are we going there?
No, listen.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something about South African supporters.
Yeah.
We don't care who we support.
Yeah.
If we have tickets to the stadium, we will go watch that team.
Yeah, exactly.
I will go there in my Polokwane shirt to go support Pirates.
Yeah.
So I think maybe the Egyptians looked at that like, hey, these ones gonna fill the stadium.
Yeah.
You won't know who's who because it'll be green, yellow, red, all the colors. Then they were like, no, let's play those games.
Yeah.
South Africa,
so
that we can split the masses.
Yeah.
Half will go to Soweto, half will go to Pretoria.
Yeah.
That day when these games play, guys, don't drive.
Hey. Traffic. It's going to be something else, man.
It's going to be worse than going to work.
And I think I'm going to Orlando Stadium. You will find me there.
There's no way, Mr. E.
Oh, you will find me there.
Mr. E, don't say such things.
Nah.
Pitori North.
Exactly. Remember the first game is playing at 3 o'clock, so I can be in Pretoria from 3 to 6 o'clock. No, to 5 o'clock, say. Yeah. And then from there, I'll quickly drive to Orlando Stadium.
All right, Mr.
E. I know people there.
Superhero status. But yeah, well, Mr. E, I think it's a great thing because it allows, both the nations to get the best out of it. It would have been nice if one was played home here and the other one was in Egypt and then they swapped it over because then you would have had 2 weekends of, South African football.
Yeah.
So that would have been fantastic, but as it happens, we're not going to get that, which kind of also hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
But from a match perspective, I mean, it's going to be one big weekend here, one big weekend there.
Yeah.
And then depending on how it happens for us here, we'll either be stressed watching Egypt on TV, crying.
Yeah. Tears.
Yeah. So Kai Pirates mood.
Yeah. I'm not going to get into that conversation. I don't know about Umut.
But as you know, the second leg is always a big advantage, Mr. E.
Yeah.
I mean, you're already
for the home side.
Because once you have an idea of what happened in the first leg, you have an idea of what you have to do in the second leg. If the situation is not impossible, maybe it's a 1-0 or 2-0 win or 0-0, then you're able to turn around the fixture. But we'll have to see what happens here in Mzansi.
Yeah.
I mean, the previous leg, Orlando Pirates enjoyed the second leg at home.
Yeah.
I think Mamelodi Sundowns did the same.
Yeah.
No, Sundowns went to Tunis.
Yeah, went to Tunis.
So, yeah, it's going to be quite an interesting one.
Yeah. But if you were the coach for Orlando Pirates, Rivero, right now, how would you set up your show? Because honestly, one thing that I can tell you that when you play the Egyptian teams away from home, it's the stadium that you're going to be playing in will be so intimidating. They fill up the stadiums, they make noise, they use flares, there's lasers, there's everything in there. So how would you set up your shop to make sure that you get a positive result at home?
Mr. E, I'll do what Pirates has been doing. I mean, if you look at Pirates' last few games, they have no losses in their last 5 games. They have 4 wins, 1 draw. But if you look at them against Morumo Kalans, 1-0 win. against Algiers 0-0 draw, against Polokwane 1-0 win, against Algiers 1-0 win. You look at against Mamelodi Sundowns 2-1 win. So they're not scoring an amazing amount of goals.
But they get the job done.
But they get the job done. If you look at how they went through their group stages, they scored 10 goals and conceded 4. And at home, they scored 5 goals and conceded 1. So it's clearly a solid team at home, Orlando Pirates. Away is where they conceded 3 goals, but they managed to score 5. Only drawing away and winning away. This is only in the CAF Champions League group stages, by the way. By the time they got to their home, they suffered no defeats. They had 2 wins. 2 wins and 2 draws. 2 wins and 1 draw. So it's showing you that away at home, they're quite a solid team. Jose Riviero's team likes to keep possession, likes to play the football. They enjoy having the football with them. And it's showing in the results that they're coming up with. They're not getting 5-0 thrashings. They're not scoring 10 goals. They're scoring just the efficient amount of goals.
To get them through,
If you look at Pyramids, on the other hand, in their group stages, they managed to get 4 wins. They managed to get 4 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. That loss and that draw came away when they traveled in Africa. They managed to just go.
So they're not very good travelers.
They're not good travelers. They only scored 1 goal away from home in the CAF Champions League.
They
conceded 2 goals away from home. They only managed to get 4 points out of the 13 points they got in the group stages, leaving them with 9 points that they got at home. So the coach has to be worried more about the second leg, not the first leg.
Not the first leg, because that one will be the decider.
Because Pyramids is strong at home, but it really struggles away from home. To drive the point home, if you look at the stats of Pyramids from the last few matches they've played, they played against Al Ahly at home. They got out with a 1-1 draw, which against Al Ahly, let's be honest, sometimes feels like a win. Then you look at the game against Farabat. They lost that game 2-0. So you look at a game that they lost 2-0 at home. Away from home.
Away from home,
3 previous games before that were all wins. Guess what? One of them was a result against Farabat. They beat Farabat 4-1 at home.
At home. Sure.
Then the second leg of the quarterfinals of the, I don't know what competition that was, they got the 2-0 win. So, the 2-0 loss. So something about Pyramids and being at home works for them. It's very difficult for them away from home. Especially in the CAF Champions League. But in recent times, what's put them at the top of the league has been consistency, has been their goal scoring. However, defensively, I think there might be some gaps there.
Most certainly there should be some gaps there where Orlando Pirates would like to take advantage of with the likes of Mabasa. You know that Mabasa in that 18 area is lethal in front of goal. So obviously Orlando Pirates will want to score a lot of goals and get the job done at home, so that when you get to Egypt, you can just play a low block or mid block just to make sure that they don't get the goals that they want.
I think with this kind of game, you don't want to go and block. You don't want to go play defensively against Pyramids. You want to play an all-out football. Pyramids, one thing about them is that they have energy.
For days.
They have energy. And the one thing about Pyramids is that when they really want a result, they will come and they'll play their football. They'll come and play through the wingers. They'll play a wide game. They'll stretch the opponent. But the most important thing is that when you play against a team like Pyramids at home, you need to take advantage of their away form, get your result, and then once you've gotten your result, you have to make sure that when you go to them and you travel there, don't slow it down. Hit them, because let's be honest, Pyramids going to expect Orlando Pirates to get there and play defensively. They need the first thing they need to do is come playing out of the blocks. They just need to come flying. A lot of people,
first 5 minutes, get the job done.
A lot of people have been surprised about Orlando Pirates' form on the continent. And that's down to the fact that we all looked at the fact that they hadn't been there in a while. But you look at how they've been able to get their results. You look at how they've been able to play their football. They're a team that understands what they're doing. They're a team that plays for the coach. They're a team that's disciplined, which is something you don't get every day. They're playing for the badge. They're playing for the fans. For the fans. They're playing for to get the trophy they so much desire. Because if you think about it, Orlando Pirates for the longest time has been the team a star in South Africa. Now they've been knocked off that perch. They're 1-1 with Orlando Pirates.
With Mamelodi Sundowns.
So for them, if you think about it, the league or the CAF Champions League, I think many fans will tell you that I'd rather have the CAF Champions League at the end of the season.
Exactly.
Because if they go to the final of the Nedbank Cup and they lose it against their neighbors, Kaizer Chiefs, that's going to hurt, because the Chiefs fans will never shut up. Do you see the noise they make?
I'm not going to talk about the
We're not going to talk about Chiefs, but you see the noise they made. So Orlando Pirates has to keep them quiet. They have to come back in a second star. Because that's the one thing that Orlando Pirates had over so many clubs. Like I said previously, long time ago, that Pirates is a team of a lot of history, with a lot of genuine love for the club, with a lot of people who've made sacrifices for the club. A lot of legends who've worn that jersey are not like everyday legends. Like, you understand that, the Ungaba legend that say Amazon. But Singangdlula Pick and Pay without
even remembering you.
You understand? Or Manning Rangers, or only those select few fans, the core fans will remember you.
Who would know you.
But once you wear an Orlando Pirates jersey, a Kaizer Chiefs jersey, a Sundowns jersey, everyone's gonna remember you in it.
Super Sport also there.
Super Sport's also there. I mean, it's important to think about it. Orlando Pirates has stood the test of time. How many clubs have gone and come and gone while Orlando Pirates has been there?
Still there, consistently.
And that's the thing about it. When you have a historic club like Orlando Pirates, everything that happens in the context of our local football is always, genuinely always, gonna be a reflection or an attack on Orlando Pirates. Because as soon as Kaizer Chiefs was successful, but said no, they're better than Orlando Pirates. The moment Sundowns got Ifesta, they said they are better than Orlando Pirates. So Pirates right now, I mean, the coach is leaving. The chairman will have strict orders for him, saying, if you're going to leave, bring that thing home. So he's not going to take this game lightly. And like, if you look at the previous result that they came out of just recently, the last game they played, they won 1-0.
So that means the way they're reserving the legs for the big clash.
Exactly, the big clash. And once they get through this match, I mean, it's just a matter of either beating the team they've already beaten this season, which is Al Ahly, or beating a team they've already beaten this season,
which is Mamelodi Sundowns.
So in all, it's in their hands. I think Orlando Pirates, like Utisha said, we might have him come back because he did call this one. At the start of the season.
I remember that.
At the start of the season. He did say that Orlando Pirates would go further than Mamelodi Sundowns in the CAF Champions League. They are both at the semi-finals. Wafa. They both might go through or one might stay behind. But for me right now, Orlando Pirates, no one better.
I agree with you there. I think between the two teams, Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns, I think Orlando Pirates seems to be having a better chance of going all the way to the final and lifting that second star way ahead of Mamelodi Sundowns. I think they've been phenomenal. I think they've been fantastic local. In the local league as well as on the continental football. So Orlando Pirates, I think I can put my bet there.
Yeah, you can, Mr. E. I mean, think about it this way. You look at a coach that has had 3 years with the boys. You look at a coach who came in November.
And most people and most people labeled him as a plumber. Remember the first days? And look at what he's been able to achieve. I mean, besides the cup competitions, I mean, Sundowns has been fairly good. But it's his first season. It's not his players. He found the players there. He hasn't been able to bring in his own players. We don't know if he prefers a Reyners, he prefers a Ribeiro. Maybe there's a player we don't know he wants at Sundowns. But he's using the players that he has.
So you're looking at Orlando Pirates with players that the coach has handpicked, trained with, gelled, the whole thing. And you're looking at a Mamelodi Sundowns with players that don't have, a coach that has been there for more than 10 months. Pyramids, on the other hand, they are in top form, top of the league. But one thing about the Egyptian Premier League, I always like to tell people is that never look at the Egyptian Premier League at face value. Someone can be top of the league, but at the end of the day, we could be standing here looking at Al Ahly lift the trophy. Because that's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
That's genuinely how it goes.
Okay.
So we have to be very, very realistic about it. Pyramids might just be distracted by this and not be able to win the league, but they've been good value for money. The question is, can they do it against Orlando Pirates?
Most certainly, fantastic. Now, I just wanted to, before I forget this, what would be your dream final in the CAF Champions League?
I'd like Sundowns to get knocked out, and then Pirates to go through, then Al Ahly versus Pirates in the final.
Can you repeat that again,
then Al Ahly will beat Pirates.
I just want to keep that clip there and I'll remind you at a later stage.
So
okay, can you repeat that again?
Sundowns to get knocked out.
Yeah, by Al Ahly.
Pirates to go through against Pyramids.
Yeah. And then,
final Al Ahly versus Pirates.
And then Pirates lifts up this star.
Al Ahly beats Pirates.
Okay. No, thanks very much. I don't even know why I asked you that, but I just had to.
And for you?
Guys, I would like to have a final between all South African final in South Africa between Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns.
Where is the venue of the final, then?
I don't know how they determine that, but I think it will be one of the two teams' home grounds, if I'm correct. There's no way they can take Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns to Tunisia. So it has to be one of in this case, if it's Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns, it's going to be a South African affair.
So you don't think that it's going to be a matter of
neutral venue?
No.
Not a chance.
Because, don't forget, this is South Africa.
Yeah.
The moment it becomes an all-South African final, then means Soccer City.
I see where you're going with this. Oh, yeah, I saw that, man. Okay, no, it's not
the moment it becomes that final,
but Soccer City, I mean, like, if we look at Orlando Stadium, I think it houses a maximum of 67,000. But Soccer City will be able to accommodate more people. 93,000 plus Omalume, that's about 100,000. So the dream final should be at Soccer City between Orlando Pirates being the home team.
No, but you know,
and Mamelodi Sundowns being the away team.
I love the idea of it, but I think it practically doesn't work.
Nah, it's gonna work.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Yeah. If that happens, then the Kaizer Chiefs fans are gonna burn their shirts again. Right?
Nah, they wouldn't.
Because number one, they will know that one of the two teams will come on with a second star.
Yeah.
It's a guarantee that the second star is coming here.
Yeah, it will be.
Number three.
I can see it loading now.
Number three, it's going to take place at their stadium.
Yeah.
Without them.
No, don't worry. Be there. There is the Nedbank Cup for Abakosi. They'll be able to get a consolation from that.
The rent will go down.
Yeah.
The rent will go down. Chiefs fans will not have it.
Yeah.
Right now, they're all probably... But it's good. They're distracted. They're looking at that. So.
They're looking at that. Okay, fantastic. Now let's just quickly get a recap from more of today's predictions. Starting off with the game that we featured first. That's Mamelodi Sundowns versus Al Ahly. You said it's going to be a draw.
Yes, I did say it's going to be a goalless draw.
It's going to be a goalless draw. Yeah. Okay, and then Orlando Pirates versus the Pyramids.
I think Pirates are going to win this one 2-0.
Okay. Can I give you now my predictions?
Yes, can I have your predictions?
The first one, I think Mamelodi Sundowns is going to win by 2-1, beating Al Ahly. And Orlando Pirates is going to score 4 goals past the Pyramids. And Pyramids will score only 1. So that's 4-1 to Orlando Pirates. And the pain will go straight to Egypt. Nowhere else.
Yeah, Mr. Your predictions sound very biased.
Yeah, no, not at all. I know Orlando Pirates.
Are you sure?
Equally, I mean, they are capable.
Are you sure that your best sleep is gonna make it?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Over 4.5.
Over 4.5.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on today's featured games? What do you think is going to happen over the weekend? It's the CAF Champions League semi-finals. All the teams, the 4 teams that are remaining right now, would like to put one foot forward into the finals of this tournament. Let us know in the comments section. And thank you very much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Diski Preview Show. My name is yours truly, Mr. E, and I'm with Mr. Mo in the studio.